So a while back I designed this 3D printed throttle cable clamp to clamp the throttle cable to my motor mount so that I can use a turnbuckle for the carburetor. And I thought about it some more and I figured that it would be plenty strong to hold it. This is a really dense part, but due to the vibration of the engine being that it's a two-stroke, I figured it'd be better to make it out of aluminum. So I've got this 3/8 bar stock, picked it up in a scrap bucket from Oshkosh actually. So I'm gonna trace this out on here and cut it out so that I can have an aluminum bracket that won't fatigue. So I've got it all scribed out on the blank bar and I'm gonna cut it out. So next I'm going to mark out this hole and I will cut this notch. I did make it about a 1/4 inch longer so that I can fit a 1/4 inch bolt instead of an 1/8 inch bolt. So I've got my part punched so I can drill it, and I've got a 1/4 inch bit in the drill press, but I'm gonna show you something real quick. If you don't know what these rails are for in your drill press, it's actually so that you can put bolts down in there to mount things. But in my case, I'm actually gonna mount the vise in there to hold that since it's so small. I'd just rather not cut my fingers up in the drill press. So just gonna put the bolt in, hold it from the back side, set my vise on, see if I can keep it from falling over, and then I'll put the nut on and tighten it down. And then I'll just rotate it over and you can slide it to get it where you want it. And then tighten your piece down, make sure it's square. Looks pretty good. And then I'm going to adjust it, bring the bit down, and get it lined up where I want it. There we go. Now you can hear the rain. You can just loosen it up. And I've got a hole all the way through. As you can see, there are a few burrs. What I'm actually going to do is just take a step bit and put it in there. Just give it a couple twists, and I'll cut any burrs right off and won't oversize your hole any. There you go. Now we can drill a hole on this side to clamp this around the cable, and we'll drill a 1/4 inch hole on this side to mount this block. Okay, so I just drilled my 1/4 inch hole, and I did mark my second hole, which will be the one that clamps down on the cable, but I decided I'm going to drill and tap it on the bottom half to 440. That's what this tap is. I don't actually have any 440 bolts at the moment. I will have to run to the store and get some, but I'm going to drill and tap that right now, and then I'm going to come back with a drill bit and go through the top. It's just a hair bigger than the tap, so that only the bottom half is threaded, so that the top half will be able to move as it clamps down on the cable. Okay, so I've got the hole drilled and deburred on both sides, and I've got my tap and drill. I'm just going to set it over the hole in my bench here and grab a little bit of oil, drop it down in there, and I'm going to run it in a little bit and then back out and then in a little bit more and back out, just to get rid of any chips and make it easier on the tap.